So this is on trail day number 154. It is Saturday, December 12th of 2020. And I stayed here last night at the old orchard shelter in Mount Rogers National Recreation Area. It's just a typical log shelter. I didn't stay in the shelter. I had my hammock up over there. And then there's a bunch of tents. Big group of people there, another group was over there. There's two sisters out for the weekend, stayed in the shelter, and one of the through hikers. But I don't know how far I'm going today. The next shelter's only like 6 miles. All right, how you doing? And then the shelter after that's like 11. I want to go further than 11 miles. But I think the one after that's 23 miles. So we'll see how it goes. There's a camp spot between the 11 mile and the 23 mile. I think around 17. So that sounds pretty good, but we're going into the Grayson Highlands. And hopefully we can see some wild ponies today. So there's a trail right over there, the Pine Mountain. According to gut hooks, if you take that, it would cut like 8 miles off of my day. But then I wouldn't get to see the ponies. So that gate is the top of the hill climb. And it's supposed to be fairly level for a while. And then there's another hill climb. Somebody was, I don't know if he was looking in gut hooks or something else, but the average grade for like the next 20 miles is 6%. So that's pretty much flat. There's still a little bit of snow scattered about, but it's nice and warm. It's 55 degrees with a little breeze. It's supposed to hit 60 today, but we'll see. I was hoping to get a few in that field, but no such luck. Back to the woods. But we should have many views coming up over the course of the day, so. So we're finally getting some views. I've seen a couple of ponies at a distance, but none that were close enough. You still see all the snow scattered about in the tops. So after a short trek through the woods, back out in the meadows. I still have not seen a pony other than the ones at a distance. a while back. There's plenty of sign they're here. I've done like 6 miles already. It's been pretty cruisy today. And it's just now 1. It's the Scales Trail. Now this is pretty sweet. I don't get to enjoy that very long. I finally saw some ponies. There's one right over there. And then another one over there. Maybe you can see his head there between the bushes. Blonde. I'm seeing a bunch of people over there, so there's probably ponies over there. I figured I'd get those just in case I didn't see any more. The Grayson Highlands is pretty cool. And the weather's just such a great day to be here. So I found some ponies. Not too wild. Looks like we have a baby pony. That's kind of cool. And we have more ponies. And that view. I see a bench over there. I think I'm going to take a lunch break right there. Looks like as good a place as any. Pretty awesome. And we have more ponies. And more views. And Grayson Highlands is awesome. A little muddy. Still have snow on the ground in places. Looks pretty deep in some spots. It must have snowed a lot. To rename Virginia Vermud. So this has been kind of slow going, all the rocks and mud and snow and ice. but the views have been wonderful. Almost need to put on my ice spikes just for small sections. Two miles to Mount Rogers. Somebody flying a drone, checking out the views. Not too bad if the trees weren't there. Now it's going on 4 o'clock, and I'm 7 miles from where I was going to camp. I'm like 2 miles from Thomas Knob Shelter. So I may camp there instead of pushing on to the campsite. These rocks and ice and stuff slowed me down a little. That and taking pictures and etc. I don't know. I'll see when I get to the shelter. What I feel like doing. Probably feel like stopping for the day, even though it's only an 11-mile day, but whatever. Thought there's going to be a good view there, but we got one coming up here, I think. Pretty good. So just past the Thomas Knob Shelter, there was several weekenders there, so I had to keep going. It's almost 4:30. I still got a good hour and a half of daylight, so I can do 3, maybe 4 miles before dark. There's tents all over the place in here. All this wonderful mud. Getting close to sunset. Got some pretty colors off in the distance. And the sun's over there. I bet it was pretty the other day when it was all covered in snow. I bet it was cold too. So we've been walking through the woods and still walking through the woods. I got about 5 more miles to go to get to camp. And it's like 3 minutes after 5. So we should get there 7:30, something like that, I'm guessing. It isn't late, not bad. I have to have an hour or so of night hiking. Well, it got dark enough I needed my headlamp. Went to get it out of my hip belt pocket, and it's not there. Which means it's in my hammock. And I'm not getting out my hammock and sleeping bag and all that, trying to undo it in this wet, snowy mess to find a headlamp. So I stashed a trekking pole, and I'm using the light on my phone. There's 3 more miles to go, and it's 6:01. I have plenty of power in my battery bank, so I'm not worried about using the light on my phone. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And I knew when I left camp I'd be hiking after dark. Oh well. We had gotten away from the snow, but then it came back. But I still should get to camp by 7:30, if not a little before. And then I'll have like 22 miles tomorrow to get into Damascus. So that's going to be a pretty long day tomorrow. I will be practically out of food, and my pack almost out of food feels pretty good. So there is a campsite before the one I was headed to, but I don't think it has any water. So I don't know if I find water between here and there. I may stop and filter some and then just camp like a mile early or something. Since I'm having to navigate with my phone, rocks and snow and ice with just one trekking pole. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but I guess I'll call it an end of the day for the video unless something drastic happens. And we'll resume our trek south to Damascus in the morning. Being I have such a long day, I'm going to have to set alarms and force myself to get up in the morning. I got up at around 7:45, but I think it was like 10:30 when I left camp. I was talking with other hikers and having breakfast and coffee and enjoying the morning. I thought I just got out of camp an hour earlier, I'd be almost at camp right now. But I didn't, so whatever. Can't turn back time. But hopefully we'll have something good to see tomorrow, even though we're past the Highlands. And we'll call it an end to the day.